Hello, my name is Will. I am an assistant of the ASJ Sport Training channel. Be very welcome. In this video, we will help you understand 5 factors that may be compromising your muscle growth. Learn how to avoid the most common mistakes made by beginners and veterans alike. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel and activate the notifications. This way you help our channel and don't miss any videos. Thanks.
Muscular hypertrophy is an adaptive process of our organism, which comes from some external stimulus. So far, so good, right? However, this adaptive response to a stimulus is recurrent of a complex process, where several factors must occur for it to actually occur. If any of the hypertrophic processes is altered, the final result will also be altered, either positively or negatively. In order to help you better understand these factors and learn how to avoid the most common mistakes, watch this video on the factors that most compromise your muscle growth process. So let's get to the content that is full of valuable information. 1. Training without intensity. Muscle tissue will only be activated when tension is applied to its fibers. If this does not occur, the muscles will not benefit from the training. This tension should be at a level of at least 2/3 of the muscle's maximum strength, which means that it has to be higher than that normally supported. Thus, if you do not have a sufficient overload to impose a workload of at least 2/3 of the total strength of your muscle, your training will be in vain. Many people train for hours but end their session just tired, rather than trained. This happens for several reasons, but certainly intensity is one of the determining factors. It is important to emphasize that this value of 2/3 of maximum strength is for each movement and not an equal load for all. Both the load and the execution are extremely important for the muscular hypertrophic process. Therefore, it is not because I mentioned that value that you need to execute the exercises with a load that will harm their execution. And only a workout that respects this will cause the micro lesions that will cause muscle growth. 2. Not seeking strength development. Strength training cycles need a variation in the period of 4 to 12 weeks. The cycles that are generally used are A. Hypertrophy with 10 to 20 RM with lower load for the development of localized muscular endurance and maximal strength. B. Pure strength, 2 to 6 RM with intermediate loading. C. Added strength, 2 to 4 RM with fairly high load. D. Peak phase, 1 to 3 RM with very high load, until concentric failure. In the world of bodybuilding and exercise there are several concepts used to explain the different. This quote makes it clear that to achieve efficient muscle growth, we need a development of the basic components of training. If you don't have a well-structured foundation, there comes a time when muscle growth stalls. 3. Calorie deficit. You have to have a focus. Many people have goals that are contradictory, like growing muscle and losing weight. The first requires calories above the total expenditure, and the second just the opposite. That's why those who seek muscle development and growth need a diet that offers more calories than the body expends. But I'm not talking about just any kind of calories, because if they are not properly used by your body, you will end up gaining weight instead of muscle mass. You will need all the necessary nutrients for your body to remain in a state of optimal functioning. In addition, you need enough protein so that your muscles can regenerate from the stimuli received, and thus muscle growth occurs. To help you, supplementation can be a good idea, as long as you have a training routine that is so intense that you cannot get the nutrients you need from food alone. Otherwise, supplementation is just a waste of time and money. 4. Insufficient recovery. You will only have a muscle growth process if your body recovers from each training session. If you do not have an adequate rest period, muscle development and growth only occurs if the stimulus causes micro-injuries to the muscle fibers and the body can recover these by the next training session. Therefore, when training a muscle group, you need to give these muscles a rest period until the next session. In addition, sleep is critical for muscle growth to occur. 5. Frequency of workouts. One of the biggest factors that compromises muscle growth is the lack of frequency in training. In the same way that training while recovering is harmful to muscle growth, long periods without training are as well. This is because your body does not go through a cumulative adaptive process, which is what causes your muscles to develop. In short, to achieve muscle growth, it is not enough to lift weights randomly. You need a training structure, always seeking development and avoiding stagnation. Good workouts. Did you like this video? Leave like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us a lot. Thank you very much.